Back? We got me? We got some audio? Maybe? See? It's been a hot minute. Man, you guys missed my great intro. Now, should be able to hear me. If you can, hit me with your favorite emoji and let me know that the mic works this time. My goodness, it's been a hot minute. There's a significant delay on this thing, so I apologize for going for so long with the mic down. But now I'm back. Finally. Man, it was and has been a while on a number of different levels. I honestly had to relearn how to do this. We got some updated color badges. There we go. Man, it's good to see some familiar faces in here. Some new faces. Some faces I see from the comments. Y'all don't think I read the comments, but I really do. See if I can do this too. Oh man, it's been a hot minute. I got to get back into the flow of these live streams. I tell you what, man, 2020, homeschool, not a lot of time for live streams. Man. All right, well, it is very good to see everybody. I appreciate you all coming in, hanging out, jumping on here. Do me a favor, smash that like if you have. Oh, let's see if these work still. What are the chances they do? Boom. Oh, back. Oh, nice. I didn't realize they were ending either, Michael. They just ended because it just didn't work. Hard to get. We were practicing in the evenings and it was just hard. It's hard right now. I got kids out having lunch right now, a little homeschool. Just tough to not have 4 people on a Zoom at the same time. So I apologize for the delay here. But man, I am fired up to hit it back, run it back, as I used to say back in the day when I used to actually play basketball. Man, I miss playing pickup basketball. Give me a hot second here. Let me see if I can pop out this chat so I can actually read it. Forgot all my little tricks of the trade that I used to do, and now you guys are suffering through my relearning. Sports Dude the Third. Sports Idea Dude the Third. Herbert was crazy last night. I didn't watch it. I was reading. I went back and watched the highlights, though. Whew. All right. Now, do me a favor. It is Friday. I didn't want to make a video today, so we are doing this instead. Hit me with any question you got football-wise. Hopefully, it's not related about the game last night because I certainly didn't watch it. I'm sure people did and loved it. I heard John Gruden wore the wrong hat. Cal, appreciate it. Man, is there really a long lag? It's probably on my own issues here. No, Johnny, why is it super choppy? Honestly, I probably should have waited to do this. I've got to finish uploading a video right now. I thought it just finished, but my Patreon video is so long that it took forever to upload and is still uploading as we speak. Rohan, big fan. JT, you pro Jimmy G or against the Niners keeping him? I'm pro Jimmy G unless they can get have enough, find somebody who's better than him to fill in. I don't necessarily think that there are people walking around that are better than Jimmy G that will be available. Man, let Herbert cook, right? Honestly, I heard he played well, but I wasn't in the mood. Man, see how many people we got hanging out with us today. We got 65 people right now. Does that sound right? Man, I'm hoping that the connection gets better finish uploading a video here, 94% Patreon wise. So I apologize for the choppiness if it's coming in hot. Excuse me. Oh no, I did it. Ooh, I thought I lost it. All right. Keeper 2010, you should reach out to the PFF guys and make a guest appearance on their podcast. I'm good, thank you. Alejo, what's going on, man? Good to see you hanging out. What do you think are the key traits on a head coach? That's an interesting one. I actually saw this bounced around. Old buddy, teammate, not old buddy, still friend. Bruce Gradkowski, I think, mentioned. I saw him somewhere say that he thinks you should hire a head coach for culture, not to call plays. And I thought it was an interesting take. Not necessarily one that I totally agree with. It's one of those weird kind of things that happens in all sectors, right? Probably many of us know people that have been promoted to a new job, but aren't necessarily, the reason you're getting the new job is because you were good at the old job. It doesn't necessarily project that you will be great at the next job. People who are great managers, might not necessarily be great CEOs. And so there is an element of that. I just don't necessarily think it's quite that black and white where you say, well, I'm going to hire for a culture guy, and I don't want him to call plays. Well, if he's great calling plays, let him call plays, or let him or her call plays. And so I don't think it's necessarily either or. I think you can hire for both. I think that there are many traits that are important for head coaches, but more than anything else, I think it's about people who are competent, who care, who show that they care, and who can create the systems and environments that allow their players to thrive. I kind of shy away from the scheme type people, or the, wing T, air raid 425, whatever you want to call it, those types of things, and more just people who, depending, as long as you're not in the NFL, people who are educators first, people who have the capacity to inspire, motivate large groups and enjoy it. And then the X's and O's parts of it is just like that little bit. That's like the easiest part. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Well, you guys are going to have to suffer through it. I apologize. See if it picks up a little bit better here in a few minutes. But thanks for struggling through. All right. What else we got here? Happy holidays, Josh. Austin, appreciate the support. Nate C. Sorry, homie. It'll pick back up, trust me. Oh, true story, Dan. There you go. Quinton, my early thoughts on the 21 QB class is I am geeked up to dive into it. I really am. I think obviously Trevor Lawrence is the class. Justin Fields, though, is right there for me. It's kind of a bummer we haven't gotten a chance to see more of him. Hopefully the playoffs give both those guys opportunities to thrive. I'm actually pretty excited for this weekend. Some good games, some conference games that should be fun, conference championships. And so, yeah, my early thoughts are I'm fired up. I need to make sure I get some high quality film to be able to bring it to the channel. But yeah, geeked up. What else we got? Hit me with some good questions here. See if I can get this thing. Oh, I wonder if I still have those. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's back. Oh, I forgot how much I enjoyed these. Boom. Seriously. Do I think Bill O'Brien is a great coach? No, I don't know Bill O'Brien at all. I have no strong opinions one way or the other. I would probably say not a great coach from just hearing what the vast majority of the reporting reveals. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Deshaun Watson. I think people who follow the channel know that, just with the number of videos that I try to do or try to hold off doing, because I could do one every single week. But yeah, that hire is really fascinating to me because they obviously have some roster issues, but they don't have some quarterback issues as long as they can keep them healthy. Marcus, scary, nerve-wracking flights in your career. Flights or fights? I can't see it. It's so far away. I think it says flights. If you're talking about flights to like away games, the only thing I really remember about scary flights, never had like a crazy turbulence thing. Did have turbulence, but I do remember I was always shocked at how many people were afraid of flying, like really, really afraid, especially young people, younger guys in the league who had never really flown that much. It was weird, but no, I never had any big ones. Shane Paul, favorite rollout concepts for high school. Hit me with a sweet spot here, Shane. I'm not going to lie, I don't love rollouts in general. Now, you might think, okay, whatever, that's just like you. The reason I don't like it is because in my experience, it closes down half, if not more than half of the field. So you basically don't get a chance to threaten the defense with the full width and kind of depth that you could on a normal drop back. So that's the first reason I don't like to do it. The next reason I don't like to do it is because it's harder to roll out, to throw on the run. It just is. I feel like people are not as accurate on the run. And so that part of it. Now, I will say that I am somewhat of a fan of the idea being that you can change the launch point. And I'd like to do that even more. This idea being where you can change the launch point for where the quarterback throws. Those things I really like. But as far as the pure concepts, I think it's like everybody, like some variation of sail, some variation of like running people at 3 different levels. So like someone deep, someone on the out, someone in the flat, whatever you want to call those things. I personally like doing a bunch of switch and swap releases where people twist at the line of scrimmage. So have those things built in. Those are my favorite elements. Good question though. What's your favorite rollout high school concept? Let me know if you guys got some good ones that I don't know about. Spellman, you played for so many NFL organizations, but what is one you didn't play for that you wish you could have, and why? Ooh, that's a good question. I would probably say organization-wise, the Steelers, just because I think that they're one of the better run organizations over the course of all sports. Would probably be the first one that jumps to my mind. Otherwise, I'd probably have to go like cities. And I got a chance to play for the vast majority, maybe the Dolphins city-wise. But a few times I was in Miami, man, it was expensive. Expensive. What up, Luke G? What up, what up? All right, so hopefully this thing should pick up now because my upload is better. So let me know if the stream gets any better, please. But I appreciate everybody hanging through, fighting through what was probably user error on my end. Abraham. From where? Gilgamesh? All right. Do you always wear the same cleats as a player, or do you hate, and did you hate changing? Abraham, that's a good question. No, definitely did not always wear the same cleats. First off, different surfaces. You know, back in the day when I used to play grass, field turf, and I actually started playing with old school real turf, like carpet turf, where you would wear legit tennis shoes. And then in practice, I used to wear these things that I called Cadillacs. I think they were like wearing like Ugg boots. They had these little like baby rubber nubs on the bottom of them. They were smooth. They were like slippers. I would never play a game in them. They weighed a ton, but they were great to practice in and stand around in if you weren't playing. So yeah, absolutely changed all the time. Excellent question though. Never got that one before. Whew, it's good to see some familiar faces in here. Boom, I wish I had, excuse me, beverage to knock this back with, but got to go. Got to drive and do some errands later, so we're going to hold off. Oh, Joe, your worst teammate? There's no way I tackle that question. Luke Walsh with the sprint right option. I dislike sprint right option a lot. It still works though, bizarrely. Keeper 2010. Is arm strength the most important factor when evaluating a quarterback prospect now? I mean, I don't think there's one most important variable when you're evaluating any player. I think for me, arm strength thing, even though it can be developed and you can certainly improve your arm strength and your mechanics and all those things, I do think that arm speed, the ability you have to generate any sort of torque with your core and with your arm, is one of those things that I think is the hardest of things to develop. And so I do think that it is one of the more important elements in an evaluation. Now, it's not a disqualifier. You don't have to have a cannon, but you do have to be able to throw outside the numbers. And so, what is that? I think that there are disqualifiers for people that just can't do that. If you can't throw it far enough, you can't do it. But I don't think there's like a miles per hour type of thing, or a, kind of a, you can't throw it, 60 yards and you don't get to play quarterback. None of those things. No, not for me. All right. Appreciate it, Michael. We're back in business. Bruh. Whew. Well, hopefully the choppy gets easy. Oh, the dash pass, Eric. Oh, not a huge fan of dash. Nice. All right, I'm glad it's back and it's a little bit smoother. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know. We are back up, locked and loaded. I had a couple people ask me, White Russian season. White Russian season is Thanksgiving to Easter, in case you were wondering. Ryan, the hat merch. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do the merch thing. I tried the merch right when this thing started off, and nobody bought it except my mom and me. And so I'm not, but I actually really do like the hats. Like, I wear the hat, and I think it's a little weird for me to wear it out and around, but I still do, just because I like the hat. And I made it out of the hats that I like. And so that part of it for me, I am excited to sell. Still working on the availability and how I can do it so that I'm not turned into a shipping agency or a postal agency. So at some point the hat will probably be available, I'm hoping. But I appreciate y'all wanting to rock it and spread the good word. Whew. Patrick's back. Peyton, have you ever been in a spread offense? I coach a high school team and we run the spread offense or variation of it. Luke, question. How is culture built on a football team in the NFL? I think it depends. I think the same way that culture is built in any sector, I think it's magnified in the league just because of the money and the attention and the media. But culture obviously is one of those crazy 5-alarm fire type words that people either turn off or they love and think that they're culture experts. For me, culture is just your collection of an organization's or group of people's behaviors and beliefs. So how do you talk about it? How do you mold it? How do you shape it and kind of maneuver it in the direction that you want? It's an ongoing thing. It's never static, dynamic, and constantly has to be cared for and talked about and all those things. You have to do all those things. I don't think it's, I think everyone would be shocked that the NFL, not that it's the NFL is a business, but it's just a business. And, there are massive egos, but there's massive egos in most businesses, I would imagine. So all that. Whew. JT, been a fan for a while. I notice you are deaf, more swaggy now. All right. I'm going to guess that that's a good thing. Melvin, what's your favorite offense you've been in? That's a good question. My favorite offense I've been in is probably the offense we run in high school. No, because we made it. No, I think the best offenses, honestly, are ones that are adaptive. I don't think, and I know this is going to rub people the wrong way because there are probably many people, even in this stream, think that they are system guys. But I would challenge those people to realize that it's not really the system, it's the players. And as long as your system is adaptable enough to be able to put your best players in positions to be successful, that's my system. So that's what the offenses I like to use to work with. Gabe, no favorite team. At least no professional or college Davis, but professional, no favorite team. Coach Grays, the man, the myth. Who was your favorite football staffer that was not a coach and why? That is an outstanding question. And really, it's not one person. I'm going to say it's the industry. So this is some advice I got from my man Jake Delhomme back in the day, but I really had it work on a number of different levels. The most important people in an NFL organization for players is the equipment manager. Let me say it again. If you're not friends with the equipment managers, people who work in the equipment office, you are missing out as a player. They take care of you. They know everything. Let me say that again. They know everything that happens in that building, in that locker room. They hear everything. I would say that they're also probably the most normal and usually down-to-earth, good people in the building. So I was always, every team I went to, I made a point to introduce myself to the entire football equipment staff, try to be friends with them, usually hang out back there with them. And always, I can't think of a time where it wasn't. Maybe there was a time in Green Bay, they had so many that the top guys were almost like administrators, where they still had people who did the day-to-day and like they run practice. They do so much. Those guys, well, they give tours in Green Bay too. So their locker room is like immaculate all the time. And I used to mess around with them. And I mean immaculate tours in the locker room. Like even when we're at practice, they're giving tours. It's immaculate. That I used to take a screwdriver and like switch the hooks like upside down to right side up to upside down. And sure as hell, that thing would be switched back immediately. They would notice. I mean, it was pretty crazy. But even though those guys were good dudes, but the top guys I didn't see as much. Oh, Austria's in the house. Appreciate it, sir. Valentine, nice. Whew. What we got? Chris, why do you think so many players and former players get into financial trouble? Chris, that's a good question. I honestly don't think about it that often. I would imagine it's because they spend more than they make, or they spend at the rate that they're making it, and that job specifically in the league is a temporary job at best. And so you're obviously not going to make that kind of salary for the rest of your life. I remember being around multiple players that thought we got paid all year round. Signed a contract, looked at the pay structure, got game checks, and then in the offseason, they thought that they would be making the same amount of money. Like I'm not talking about one person. This happened multiple times, that they thought that they would get paid all the way around year round. And so that's probably an example of why I think guys get in trouble. They just don't quite understand how they get paid and how temporary that job is, even though, the league beats it into your head that it's that you got to take care of your cash. What's Marshawn Lynch say? Look after your cheddars? Something. He had some good line. Oh, man. Well, I appreciate y'all hanging out here. See if we got any good things. What else can I totally forget what I used to use. Oh, yeah. Joseph. I'm probably a Lamar guy right now. Excuse me. Yeah. Shane, have you ever slapped a helmet with your hand trying to throw? Yeah, all the time. In fact, if you, I think more people, it's one of those things for me, when you go to like a camp where you hear like, you see all these like, I put air quotes, quarterback gurus out there that will, they're like backing into people and making a move, and like you're doing all these cone drills and all those things. I think that there is a value in them and that, but I will say that it's not really playing football. Why? Because just like what you're talking about, you're going to get hit. And so I have definitely gotten my hand hit a number of times. I would say that if I had to say one thing, and my wife probably knows this, is if I complain about one thing, it's my thumb. I just either landing on it or getting it hit. So when I used to throw, and I remember kind of not making fun, but mimicking Steve Young when I was growing up, he has a unique release. If you go back and watch the old film where he throws and like it like kicks up. So he throws and like keeps his hand high. And I always was like, man, that is so, I remember thinking that is weird. And I used to go to all the 49er training camps. But sure as hell, once you start playing and you get your hand hit enough, practice, games, I kind of finish like that now. By no means of like trying to manipulate or copy him. It was just kind of like, that's what it is. It's like a flick and back up. I can think of like Brett Favre. I used to in practice all the time. He had this crazy recoil, and Aaron does it a little bit too now, where he torques so hard in his throw that he almost backs out of the pocket or backs up. That's kind of like the reverse energy going backwards. And I honestly think that kept him healthy for a long time playing like that. But yeah, I definitely have not a high release. The release it's the follow through where it kind of bounces up. So if you watch guys play, especially in the league, they'll often finish and kind of keep it up high, as opposed to, when you're out there working at a park or, your off season work, people are talking about, your finish or where your hand is, where, that used to be a big deal. Teaching quarterbacks how to follow through and things like that have kind of evolved a little bit as the game has evolved. Good question though. Sith, what was life like in Frankfurt? I had a blast in Frankfurt multiple times. Oh, Luke G. Question. What are your plans for Christmas and the New Year? In my family, we will be playing board games and eating sushi. Also, happy holidays, JT. Appreciate the work you do. Appreciate that. No major holiday plans over here, Luke. We are laying low. We're on kind of a pseudo lockdown out here in Cali, trying to get high school football in, hopefully in the winter. Hopefully. I will tell you that I will be doing one more little quick discount for the courses. Take a guess what day. Oh, this will be a good little game. Okay. If you guess what day that I will be having the discount for the courses, and you guess the discount, I will give you double the discount. Okay, now you got to get it right, and it's got to be in the chat. And I'll go back and look at the chat. I'll announce the discount at the very end of this thing. It's not like a crazy amount, but I'll just give you double for a purchase of the course, or you can put it towards the next course if you've already purchased these courses and you don't care about it. But if you get what the discount is and the day, you will get double it. So check it out. It is not December 25th. And you just can't start yelling out random days. You got to be able to tell me why also. Now it's just going to be like a calendar of dates in there. What else we got? Kyle Trask or Drew Lock? I haven't watched enough of Kyle Trask. I know he's had a great year. I really need to go in there and look at all 22. I'm not sold on Drew Lock, so it could be, you could insert any name there, and I would probably lean towards a different name. Ooh, Boxing Day. That's a good guess. There's not very many people over here that are going to know Boxing Day. Man, I can't believe maybe I don't talk about it on this channel at all. What are you thinking about this new fan-controlled football league? I don't know what is fan-controlled football league. Mr. Show Wolf. I used to play with number 14 most often, although in the league I had all sorts of stuff. Did he, Ryan? I don't know. Boo-boo!
Nope.
Oh, man. 'Tis that time. time is it? Oh, we got time. Take care of your all mentals, Joe. Yes, that's what it was. But I thought there was something about money too. Maybe I'm just misquoting my man. Beast mode. Ed, I went to UC Davis. Sam, what is my opinion on Gardner Minshew? I did a video last year on Gardner Minshew where I guess I didn't necessarily project that he would be the greatest player in the world. I probably stand by that. If you want to go back and take a peek at the Gardner Minshew video, I think they should probably move on. I think that they will move on. I think anybody who's drafted in the top 3 or top 5 usually is thinking that they're going to move on from their quarterback one way or they're not. Is that what it was? Chickens? I got to go back and read it. It's not 25 for 25. Appreciate that, though. Take care of your chicken. All right. I'm going to have to go back and find it. Somebody hit me on Twitter with a link of it, and I'll go back. Stidham, the future of the Patriots. No, probably not. Probably not. Keith Vossen, I like this one. Did you ever truck someone in the NFL training camp or a game? Hell no. Hell no. I never trucked someone. Trying to think if I ever blocked someone. I'm sure I did block someone. Definitely block people in practice, like on fake reverses. But even then, it's kind of like a delicate dance. I don't know if I ever even tried to truck someone, to be honest with you. I'm pretty good at sliding and or running out of bounds. I never had too many I can't think of a serious collision running the ball. I can think of a number of times sliding and getting hit from behind, but not necessarily seeing someone. I wasn't that type of runner, although I appreciate you thinking that I could truck someone in the NFL. Don't call me Greg. I coach high school football. James O. Yeah, this is a weird question for I think it's a little bit weird for the Jets, but maybe it's not. Maybe they're just, if you have a chance to draft Trevor Lawrence at 1, maybe it's just not a question. You absolutely do it. But I think it's at least they're going to have a conversation about trying to move out of that spot if they really do believe in Sam Darnold. I don't know how you can possibly still believe that Sam Darnold has the potential that Trevor Lawrence has. Not to say that Sam Darnold won't thrive with a new coach or a new system or a new organization, but to pass on what people are projecting Trevor Lawrence to be as kind of a Andrew Luck-ish type prospect, I would say, is probably something they're not going to be able to do. Samuel, I get asked a bizarre amount of shotgun questions. Why do a lot of shotgun QBs stand with a staggered stance pre-snap? I can't tell you exactly why. I can tell you that in my experience, some organizations, some offenses I was in, it was up to you. You could stand however you wanted. Some wanted you to stand that way. The one that actually made sense to me was that they wanted you to stand however you stand under center. So under center, if you're staggered, they want you to be staggered in shotgun. If you're balanced under center, they want you balanced in shotgun. That made sense to me just because you could keep the timing of things the same. As far as, to me, gun is usually just -2 footwork. So if you have a 3-step drop under center, it's just 1 step in gun, things like that. I personally used to move my feet around. So this makes sense. If I knew I was going to throw like something to the left, and I'm normally a balanced footwork guy, I would kind of cheat my left foot up so I could be lined up to throw that way. And I used to have quarterback coaches tell me, you're giving away where you're going to throw. And I just didn't think so. I definitely did that. Didn't do it quite as much with my right foot up just because never really going to make that type of throw. But I would definitely cheat my left foot up if I knew I was going to be going to the left. And I definitely did that a lot when I thought I was going to have to throw hot. In fact, it was one of the reasons that I signed with the Bengals. Their quarterback coach at the time loved this one hot throw I had when I was with the Niners, and I had my feet staggered, and it came out like I was turning 2 as fast as I possibly could, got the laces, everything worked in the right direction. And so it was one of those things, just cheating I thought you could do a little bit, but I don't think that there's a universal right way to do it. I really don't. I don't think it matters, to be honest with you, more than anything else. We tell our high school guys, I prefer them to be balanced, but that has less to do with the quarterback drop footwork and more to do with our RPO run stuff, so that they can be kind of open to where we ask them to read and look. Whew. What else we got here? Maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3 more minutes. I'm hijacking all the family internet here as everybody's out on lunch outside. We got 2 Tua questions. All right, Wedson, what are your thoughts on Tua? What is your opinion on Tua's future? I hope it's not a secret on this channel. If you're a fan of the channel, I appreciate the support, but I think I'm pretty strong Tua fan. I think I hopefully have made that apparent. I think he's got a massive upside. I really am a big fan of what the Dolphins have going as far as an organization right now. And I think Tua's got a chance to be really special. Just want to see him stay healthy and keep getting better and better. Wilson Myers, are you a QB coach? I coach on our high school team. I coach the backs. So I coach the quarterbacks and the running backs. All right, we got one more here. Let's see what I can hit. Ooh. If you haven't, please smash the like. I appreciate everyone who has. If you haven't checked out the QB School tool, get over there, check that thing out as well. The link is probably in the description to this thing. It's also probably in the description to every single video. So get over there, check out the QB School tool. Let me know if you find the Easter eggs also in there. There's a handful of Easter eggs. And then y'all, I'm going to try to do these more and more. We'll see if I can do it. They're probably going to be at like oddball times. Just because that Monday evening one's not going to work with Monday Night Football any later. I'm tired. Oh, we got London checking in. Appreciate it. Blah. We got all sorts of good ones in here. Joseph, what are some tips to help me develop as a QB? This channel. Asking your coach what you can work on, being proactive. There's so many resources out there nowadays. Feel free to reach out if you got specific questions. Nobody got the discount, which I'm disgusted by, or at least I didn't see it. If you did, I'll go back and look through the chat. But the final discount. So if you're looking to buy a course, what is today? The 18th? If you're looking to buy the course, we will do a 1-day flash discount. 23% off on December 23rd for Festivus. Most of y'all probably don't even know what Festivus is, which is sad. I'm going to buy a poll. Put a little mini poll on the table. But yeah, that's what it will be. Colton, bro, you got to stop. I get it. 21% is close, but it ain't it. Again, thank you everybody hanging out, all the good stuff. Be on the lookout for Festivus sale, flash sale. That's why I figured nobody would get it with the 23, but I appreciate it for the peeps who know Festivus. We got some grievances this year, y'all. We got some significant grievances. So get them locked in, ready to go. Yeah, all good. Again, I appreciate the continued support. We're getting close to 100,000. We really are. And I'm a little nervous about what I'm going to do for the 100,000 video. I have some ideas floating around. I'm not sure how I'm going to like mash them together. But I want to just say thank you to everybody. Probably in that video, have some fun with it, make fun of myself, and normal video stuff. So, all right, y'all, have a good one, and thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you next time. Appreciate it.